guys, and welcome back to our channel. Now I'm very excited to tell you that in less than 24 hours we will be heading to Gatwick to go to Florida. Now please excuse the state of me, it's currently almost 9:25 and still not quite done with packing. So what I thought I would do is show you what we take with us as a family. That's just going to make things a little bit easier for when we are in Florida, especially when you have children. So I'm not going to show you what we've packed in terms of clothes. I might do like a little mini series over on TikTok or something like that, but for now I'm just going to show you what we've packed in our bags. Okay, so the first thing we have is paper plates. Now, you might be thinking, why are you taking paper plates on holiday? Particularly if you are going on a budget, this is really going to help you out. So I would always recommend going to visit a supermarket before you sort of start your holiday. Just go as soon as you can and get things like cereal bars. You can buy microwavable pancakes, just little bits and pieces that the children can snack on throughout the day, or in the morning if you're in a rush trying to get to a theme park. It's always good to just chuck a bit of cereal on a plate just to keep them going until you can get them some proper food. Next up we have shower gels. So I got two quite big ones. These are not the standard size ones. I think usually the standard size are about 250 mils. These ones are 500. I actually got these from Savers. I think this one was 189. This one might have been 175 or something, but it's going to save you a fortune, because in Orlando, if you want to go and buy shower gel, when we went to Walgreens, it was about $5 for one that was a little bit smaller than this. So I know it's not massively pricey, but if you've got a bigger family, you're going to obviously need a few bottles and it's going to add up. Last time we took a few smaller shower gels. This, not shower gels. In a minute I'll think what I'm trying to say. Mouthwashes. This time I just got a big 1 litre, and then I got these little shot glasses. So we'll just all share this mouthwash basically. But I probably didn't quite get enough of these shot glasses, although they could probably just get rinsed out and used again. Next up we have a range of paracetamol and ibuprofen. Now we usually do go and get some either Tylenol or Advil anyway, but just in case of emergencies we just wanted to make sure we stayed stocked up. Now obviously we do have older children, so we can give them tablets. However, please make sure that your children are old enough to take tablets if you're giving them tablets. These ones you can give from 6 years onwards for the paracetamol, and 12 for the ibuprofen, but if not, just use a recommended children's paracetamol and ibuprofen. Next up we have kitchen towel. Again, if you have children, you're going to need some form of kitchen towel, because their hands are going to get sticky and mucky, and their faces too, so it's just always a good thing to have on holiday. Next we have a skin ointment. This is actually a nappy ointment, but it's basically for any sorts of rashes. Obviously when you're in a lot of heat you can get a bit of a prickly rash, so this is really useful to have on hand as well. I know there's lots of different brands that are available, but I would recommend having something like a Panthenol or E45, something that's just going to soothe the skin a little bit if it does become a little bit irritated in the crazy heat that you can have in Orlando. Again, some heat related products. Obviously when it's very hot you can get headaches quite easily, so we've got these cooling gel patches which last up to 8 hours. There's only 4 in here. I've not used them before, so I don't know how well they are going to work, but I think they were like £1 or 125 or something. And then also this head soothe stuff, which is actually really good. You just literally, it's like a roll up stick, and then you just rub it across your forehead and it just soothes your head. It gives like a cooling effect, like a mentholy cooling effect. Without saying really, toothbrushes and toothpaste, you don't want to forget these. You don't want to be walking around with stinky breath. I would imagine that most people are packing these, at least I would hope that they are, but I just thought I'd mention them whilst we're here. We also have these mosquito and insect repellent pens. They're just like little sprays, and you can just spray them all over and it's just gonna repel any insect bites, so that's another good one. Plasters, waterproof plasters. I mean, to be honest, most plasters are pretty rubbish in the water. I don't think these are going to be any better, but you get 100 in here, so if they do get any little scrapes, cuts or anything, we can just cover them over with that. And then also antibacterial wipes, because if you do happen to be eating in the room, i.e. for example when we're using the paper plates to give the children cereal, I just want to make sure that the surfaces are relatively clean to make sure we're not picking up any germs. Now this isn't a toiletry, but I've just packed it in the toiletry bag, that's why I've grabbed it out. But we picked these up because most hotels in Orlando will have like a mini fridge that might have a mini freezer section, and the hotel that we're staying in, we know that they do have a mini freezer section. So we picked these up. They were £1 and you get 8 in a pack, although you can split them in half, so I guess you can split them in 16, but they're just gonna, especially when the children are around the pool or early in the morning when it's quite warm and they're walking, these will be really good to cool them off. Also got some throat spray, just some Chloraseptic, which is just a sort of an anaesthetic throat spray, just because when the children are going in the pool, sometimes they can swallow a bit of hot water, which can give them a little bit of a sore throat, so we just thought that would be useful as well. Shampoo and conditioner, again, a lot of hotels aren't going to give you good products to use for your hair. Not saying that these are actually good products, these ones are pretty inexpensive and rubbish, but they will do for when we are there. Kind of goes without saying that you need sunscreen when you are in Orlando. Now when we are going, in UK terms, it's going to be about anything between 30 and 36 degrees, which is anything kind of between, I think, 86, 87 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So we've just got loads of different sun creams. This one's like an Aldi one, but actually it's really nice to use. We've got this one, which once more for the adults when we've got a bit of a base tan. We can use this so we don't burn. There's another 15 one here, which is just a normal cream one. Again, this is just a cream one. We've got another spray one, which is a 30, and then actually there's another tube one over there, which is a 50. So just a variety of different sun creams. To be honest, we don't really have a preference. I know a lot of people have preferences on what sun cream they want to use. To me, as long as we're not getting burnt, that's the main thing. Last couple of things to show you. So obviously deodorant, again, you don't want to be sweating and smelling in that heat. And then also I picked up this spray wax. Now I don't like the feel of wax on my fingers, and with having children and they don't do their own hair, I thought this would be quite quick and easy, just to spray over, comb it, and they'll be ready for the evening hopefully. So that is pretty much everything that we are taking in terms of toiletries. We have used one whole small case for it, which will go into hold, but ultimately it's going to save a lot of money and a lot of hassle. When we get to Orlando, we still need to do a shop, which will include things like waters, fizzy drinks, squash, crisps, snacks, cereals, just things that the children can snack on throughout the day. But if you have any questions, pop them in the comments. If you like this video, please put a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I do have a challenge to meet 1,000, not me actually, just to get 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So please help me on that journey, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and we will see you again soon. Bye for now.